Hello and welcome back to Miss Henderson's Life Skills class. Today I just want to share and spotlight two individuals in uh, Black history, and I think it is befitting as I am an English teacher, ELA, English Language Arts. I say facilitator in high school, and I am also a seamstress. So, of course, today, two of our individuals, I can relate to them. I didn't say I am related to them. I said I can relate to them because of my interests and somewhat passions. Let's see. I think first I would like to discuss briefly, and I will let you do your own research. Um, Poet and writer Audrey Lorde. Not only was Miss Lorde a poet and a writer, extraordinary person, but she also was an activist for civil rights, equal rights, and the whole gamut. She has a lovely biography, and if you get a chance, I would encourage you to read more about her. She's written dozens of books, some novels, some books of poetry, and many of her quotes are just profound. One is, your silence will not protect you. Your silence will not protect you. We have to speak up. We have to say something when we see injustices and things are going on. We have to speak up. Because if we don't speak up, what we see happening can happen to us. And if an injustice or wrongdoing is being done to us and we don't say something, it will continue to be done to us, or it will be done to someone else. Whether we know them or not, it could be done to someone we love dearly. But because we didn't speak up and say something, it was allowed to be done to someone we love dearly, and that could just destroy or crush us. So we have to say something. Okay? Another one, and I'm sure I'm going to get it wrong, but you'll get the general idea. And I should have written it down, and because it's very it's one of my favorites of hers. But in reviewing her quotes and her work, each time I see my, it's my favorite, it's my favorite. She's a remarkable woman. But one that stands out is, if you don't define yourself, the world or others will define you, and they will put you in a little package and just crush you. Now, that isn't verbatim or exactly what she said, but to sum up, that's basically what was meant by her statement. You have to define yourself. And in defining yourself, you have to know who you are. And in knowing who you are, or finding out who you are, you have to search your history to discover who you are and why you are the way you are. What makes you. And if you don't take the time to do that, somebody else will, and you won't like what they come up with. So define yourself and stand your ground. Be who you are. Be you. And don't be ashamed to be you. Okay? So that is Miss Audrey Lorde, Audre. Lorde is Lorde. An amazing woman. Which brings me to my second person to spotlight. And to be perfectly honest and transparent, I did not know about this person, and I should have. I just recently, this year, this month of Black History, found out about this particular person, and I'm so glad that I did. I happened to have been invited out to participate in an event which was last Saturday. It was held last Saturday in Detroit uh, through Michigan State University and 4-H Extension Program. And I was on program to teach uh, young people how to make a heart-shaped pillow for Valentine's Day and as part of their Black History Month event. And I was super excited. So, and I was just so ignorant when about things when I'm reading the program and the announcement for it, and it had my particular project that I was there to do, but then it had another woman's name there. And I said, well, why did they invite me if they were going to have her do it? It's not that I wanted my name there or anything, but if they're going to put somebody's name there, why didn't they put my name there? Because now people thinking she's going to teach it and I'm there. But then I decided, well, I'll just go there and help her out. I'm ignorant. But and I never said anything. I just going with the flow. I'm happy to be there, happy to be a part of it, okay? So I get there and we're setting up and everything, and I noticed that um, I'm the only one in my workstation, my part of the event. There's this other person is not there. So that's it. I go ahead and set up. I'm going to move on. And the program begins, and the hostess, she's up talking and speaking, and she's giving history facts. And in her giving history facts, she mentions the first African American fashion designer, Miss Ann Lowe. That's the person's name that was on the program that I thought was going to be there teaching instead of me. And I said, oh, I'm glad I didn't make a stink of this. That would have been embarrassing. I'm not ashamed that I didn't know. I didn't know. But now I do know, and I've done some research on her, and I've purchased, they're not in, haven't arrived yet, but I have ordered books regarding her and her work and her beautiful, beautiful gowns that she made. She was the first African American to become a noted fashion designer. And what's really amazing, and some of you may have heard of her and already know this information, but it's really new to me and I'm excited. She is best known for designing the ivory silk taffeta wedding dress worn by Jacqueline Bouvier when she married John F. Kennedy in 1953. She made the wedding dress for one of our first ladies, Jackie Kennedy, which was, back then, unheard of. Miss Lowe was born in Clayton, Alabama in 1898. That's why she wasn't available to teach the class Saturday. Okay. Let's see. She was the granddaughter of an enslaved woman and an Alabama plantation owner. Let's see. She dropped out of school at the age of 14. Her interest in fashion designing and sewing came from her mother and her grandmother, and they owned a sewing shop, a dressmaking business. And even the high society families in Montgomery purchased their attire from this particular dressmaking shop, the women there. When Lowe's mother died, Ann Lowe took over the family business at the age of 16. That's, awesome. Awesome. At 16 years old, she was a businesswoman. Okay? She married. She had been married twice. She was a businesswoman. She and her first husband divorced because she was just so busy, always sketching designs and this. She would leave him in bed and go start sketching and sewing. And after so many times, they got divorced, grew apart. She did have a son, Arthur Lee, and he became her business partner. Unfortunately, he was involved in a fatal auto accident, and she lost him in 1958. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, just some highlights, some points for her that I wanted to make known. She moved to New York City in 1917, and she started to attend the S.T. Taylor Design School. The school was segregated, and so she had to attend classes in a separate room alone from her white peers. However, the instructors would take her work to the other classroom to show how it should be done. Okay. And that didn't stop her being segregated, separated from the rest of her class, didn't stop her from excelling and doing what she came to do. Now, the thing, too, is she graduated from that school in 6 months because she was so good and she had gotten everything she needed quickly. And after she graduated, she and her son moved to Florida, to Tampa, Florida, and she opened her first dress salon. And it catered to members of high society and quickly became a success. After she saved some money, she moved back to New York City in 1928, and she started making dresses for actresses and movie sets and all this, and just doing so much designing and making stuff. Wow, she used this rapunto technique, which is awesome. I like that technique. It's where you stuff something from behind and it puffs out. So it's beautiful, beautiful technique. Um, this page here, this paper here is black and white, so you can't see the beauty of the dresses. But take a moment to look her up and look at some of the gowns that she made, especially the one she made, the wedding gown she made for Jacqueline Kennedy. But there's some other beautiful work in here. And she died in 1981. Now, let me see if I have this correct here. Okay, so she was born in 1898, and she died in 1981. Wow. Wow. Beautiful. A collection of 5 of Ann Lowe's designs are held at the Costume Institute at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. 3 are on display at the Smithsonian Institute's National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. Several others were included in an exhibition on black fashion at the museum at the Fashion Institute of Technology in Manhattan. She has a children's book called Fancy Party Gowns, the story of Ann Lowe, written by Deborah Blumenthal, was published in 2017. That's one of the books I ordered. I figured my granddaughters would enjoy that. And then the other book that I purchased is Society's Secret Fashion Designer, which is about her life. There is a historical fiction novel by Piper Hughley called By Design, the story of Ann Lowe. And I'm thinking about buying that one too. Just one thing at a time. Um, Beautiful, beautiful story, and I'm very proud of her, and I'm so glad that I was introduced to Miss Ann Lowe. on Saturday. I believe that was February 12th. And I look forward to receiving my books about her and sharing her more and more with people, with others, especially since I am a seamstress as well. So those are my two highlights for today. I may come with some more at a later date. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please press the like button. Consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you'll know when I upload a new video. Sharing. And I really and truly would appreciate your feedback in the comments section. So thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, God bless you. Be safe.